Hey everyone! So today's video we're just gonna hop right in because it's gonna be a combination haul video and like a quick tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my box here open. So this particular haul is a combination design team package um, and a little extra purchase that I made from scrapbookingwithme.com. So I'm gonna get everything pulled out and we'll go ahead and go through all these. As you can see, we got some Distress Oxide inks, and I'm going to get this out of the way. Alright, so last year, I believe it was, um, Tim Holtz came out with the Distress Oxide inks, and I had originally gotten the first 12, and then later in that year he did another set of 12. Well, this is that set of 12. The colors are Salty Ocean, Seedless Reserves, Antique Linen, Black Soot, Candy Apple, one of my favorites, Abandoned Coral. Um, and then I want to say at the beginning of this year, they had another 12 piece come out. I haven't gotten that one yet, but we're going to set those to the side. Now, part of the June kit is this Kaiser Craft. And let me tell you, I am in love with this set. This is the Stargazer. And what I liked about it and why I thought it would be really good for June was that it can be masculine. They do have some sheets that have flowers on it, but there's not that many, so it can be girly. I think it can be used for masculine cards or kid cards. There's really no limit to what you can do with this. And you get two sheets of double-sided 12 by 12 paper, and I'm showing you the fronts. Sorry about the wobbliness on the camera. This is the flower one I was telling you about. I love that paper. And then you also get a sticker sheet. So all together, let me see what it says. 6 pattern, 12 by 12, and you get 2 of each design. So that's 12 sheets. And then you get the coordinating sticker sheet. Then the kit also includes the acetate and 2 of the silver glitter sheets, which this is the, I'm pulling it out here, but it's the uh, it doesn't come off. What is that? There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now, but you can rub your hand on it and it doesn't move anywhere, so you don't get glitter all over the place. And then I got 5 envelopes and 5 cards, card bases, I should say. So that way you could just go ahead and build your cards right on top of those. And then we also get the ephemera, which in the ephemera, I have it here in the bag. Hold on. I want to say sometimes they tell you how many pieces are in here approximately. Includes 40 or more pieces. And they're all different kinds. There are moons, there's stars and flower pieces. They're really quite nice. And then you also get the stamp set, which has sentiments: I love you to the moon and back, have a magical birthday, you are my sun, my moon, and all of my stars. And I love, like, even the moons down at the bottom, they're individual. This is a really nice stamp set. And then we also get this Nuvo drop in the navy blue, I believe it's called. Let me see. Yep, navy blue crystal drops. And I just wanted to squeeze it out so we can have a idea of what it looks like. You can see it up close. It has a little bit of a shimmer shine to it. It's really nice. And with the stamp set, you obviously need ink. And this is the Nuvo hybrid black ink. I want to say it's called Black Shadow. And with it being hybrid, you can do um, alcohol markers with it, or you can do watercoloring. So the hybrid inks give you more mediums that you can do with just one ink, and it's definitely worth a try. So you get the silver paper, the acetate sheet, stamp set, Nuvo drops, ink pad, and the ephemera in the June kit. It's really a great kit. Okay, so let's skip ahead. So I went ahead and did labels on all four sides of my new distress inks that I got. And with the way I store mine, I have my foam pads attached to the underneath part because I put mine upside down into a storage bin that I created. So I'm just showing you here, I'm using the rough side of the Velcro so that way when I take it off, I attach it and it stays. Now, of course, watching Jennifer McGuire, she had a suggestion for adding little circles. So you know how you can get your label, um, little like the circle labels at the office supply stores and stuff like that. Well, you just get one that's like super tiny, and you'll see in a little bit here, I ink it up in the color and then put it next to the word. Now, normally, I really don't need to see it. I've used Distress ink so much that really just seeing the name for me, I kind of know what color it is and what I want to use. But I wanted to share this tip in case if you've never seen Jennifer McGuire's video, which if you haven't, where have you been? Because she's amazing. Um, this would help you because it's basically very similar to her idea, her thoughts. I think on mine, I did it on all four sides. I'm not sure if she did or not. You would just have to go back through her crafty videos. Um, but what I did is I'm cutting strips of, uh, with four of my labels, my little tiny labels, and I'm just pressing it into the distress ink pad so that way the label is then inked in the distress ink. And then once it's fully covered, you do have to let it dry a little bit because the part around the label, it does get some ink on it, but it's slippery, so it's not gonna really dry well on that plastic part. So it is a little messy, just to give you a heads up. So I'm just taking a little bit of the um, glitter glue, and I'm going to put a little dot only because I want to make sure that since I put the ink on it, I didn't want some of the stickiness to, not stay and then they fall off down the line. So I'm just putting little dots of the glitter glue to just help it stay in place. And if you put too much, I will tell you, it does get a little messy, but just give it a second to dry, and then any parts that are outside, you could always just rub off with your finger. And then I just continue to put it on all four sides. And attach it next to where the word is. So you can see the little dot with the black soot. And then you just do that with all the colors. And most of this I'm actually going to wind up doing off camera, and then I'm going to show you a few that I did. And you can see here I'm just cutting my four um, labels per ink, laying them out. I like to do, once I figure out what I'm doing, I do like to do it in sort of like a chain order, so that way it just makes it all go faster. So you can see here, Salty Ocean, Twisted Citron. I got all the foam tapes on. Now my original ones, I didn't do the little circles. But in doing this process with the 12 that we just got, I decided, you know what, I'm going to bring those out and I'm going to do the same thing with those. Just trying to get everything set up and put together so that way, you guys can see in the final pictures how I'm actually going to store everything. So I think this was fun. I like, everyone has a little bit different ways on how they store the distress inks, but for me, it works attaching the foam pieces to the backs like this, and they fit right into my storage unit with it, so that way I don't lose it. I've seen Amy R. She puts her foam pieces in almost like a one of those like binder books. You can do that and just use the um, like baseball card slots to store them. Whatever works best for you. But here are close-ups of everything that we got. The uh, June kit with the Stargazer collection from Kaiser Craft, the Distress Oxide inks that I got in, and then as we get towards the end here, you're going to see close-ups of, like I said, how I store them, the finished project. So this was originally the order I had. The ink pads that you see right below, I did move them down so then you can see all 12 of them together, and this is the process of doing the old ones, and there they all in the storage container sitting perfect right next to me. So whenever I'm ready to do a technique video, all I have to do is grab it and go to work. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. At the very end, I will have links to previous technique videos. I'm also going to have a link to the storage unit for my ink pads that I created. It's still here on YouTube, so I'll put a link to that one as well. Thanks again, you guys, and I hope you have a great day.